Jesse Owens Frazier, and I wanted to show you guys the new EndoseeAdvance. It'd been nice to show it to you in person, but our schedules were not able to mesh. So I'm going to shoot this video, and hopefully you guys can watch this pretty soon. I'm going to start off with the cannula. So this is the new cannula. As you can see, it's not as flexible as the original model cannula. Even though it actually is smaller, it's 0.5 millimeters smaller. The other cannula on the original device is 4.8 millimeters. This is now 4.3 millimeters. It has the gradient markings for the sound inside the uterus. And also, as I was sharing, this is actually a little stiffer. The input now for the saline is now at the bottom of the cannula as opposed to the original model, which was on the top. This is actually your picture taking capabilities now. It was on the device on the original, and now it's actually on the cannula itself. And this is the far end of the cannula, or actually the handle part of the cannula. And speaking of handles, so now this flips down. So now there's an ergonomic handle on this, or aka a pistol grip, which makes it a whole lot easier to handle now. So if you can see that okay there. So this is the complete cannula itself now. And this flips up like so, and of course this entire piece here is disposable. Once you finish with the case, this is the piece that you've actually disposed of. So let's pull this down now. Now what we've done, we've shrunken your original Endosee down to this size here. So this is the new EndoseeAdvance. This is I'm going back to the original screen. So this is your first screen here. So you've got your start, your playback, preview, and settings. Of course, settings, date and time, etc., etc. Preview, which is what we'll turn it on so you actually see a live picture here in a second. Start is where you'd input the patient information, and of course, playback is playback. So if we hit start on this and we put in a new patient, what's really neat about the new Endosee is that this one will allow you to put up to 12 digits in here, and you can also put letters in here as well, whereas the other one the original one only allowed you to put in 4 digits. Of course, once you transfer it on the base, you can put whatever number you want in there. You can put the complete patient's name, the medical record information, and what have you. So all that's in there. But once you put in the information, let's say this is this patient here, you go ahead and click next. So you have a choice to either save and close or save and add a new patient. So if you save and close, you can go ahead and start the exam now on this particular patient, or you can just start the exam on the patient. But if you save and close, you can actually put in a new patient as you go along. What's good about this one, you can actually recall that information. So we go back here, we come all the way back, and we go to playback. So this is the one that I just put in. So at this point, I can go ahead and hit playback. Of course, there's nothing there because I didn't have anything connected. So you can save the patients, and I could pull this patient up, and we can start a new exam on them. So you can store multiple patients, and let's say Mary Smith comes in for an exam today, and she comes back 6 months later, or let's say 3 weeks later, and you, assuming you haven't transferred all the data from this into your computer, you can actually pull that one up and add additional pictures to it, something you could not do on the first generation instead of the old device. I'll just say first generation, on the first generation Endosee. The power button now is on the back side of this on the Endosee. So a little difficult to shut this off when you're shooting pictures. I mean, I guess nothing's impossible, but since the power button is up and away from basically where you're going to have your hands, it's kind of hard to shut that off, as opposed to the other one, all the buttons were in line, as you know. So the device, so now we've got the handle down on the cannula. So once the handle is down on the cannula, I'm going to pull that down like so, take this, and it slides on here, and it only goes on if this handle is in the down position. If the ergonomic handle is in the down position, that's the only way it'll actually fit on here. So this is the new Endosee. I'm going to go ahead and back up, and then click preview. So now we're in preview mode. So if you can see that, I now have a live picture that I'm shooting of the wall back here. And so this is my room in lovely Roswell, New Mexico. So here we are. So we can aim that around like so, and you can see how, and this is the picture taking capability. So you can't see my hand on this side, but if you look over here, and I brace it on this side, so I'm going to try to let you guys see this. So if you look right here, you're going to see a thumbnail of where I'm actually going to, let me get a grip on it. So you're going to see a thumbnail. So now I just shot a still picture of my wall. So now if I want to shoot video, at this point, if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the EndoSee screen, you notice that green dot going off and on. I'm actually shooting video right now. So what's also good about the EndoseeAdvance, while I'm shooting the video, if I press it again, I just grab a still picture during the video. It did not stop the video, it just grabbed a still picture of that moment in time. So at this point, when I'm going to stop shooting video, I just hold it in, and now I'm not shooting video anymore. And I'm using my right hand right here, but also you could use if you're left-handed, you can use your left hand as well. So that's your picture taking capabilities on either side. Also on the EndoseeAdvance, we now have an instrument port, and yes, the instruments are available. So the one I'm going to place in here now is actually the grasper. We actually have 4 instruments that are available for the new EndoseeAdvance. So I'm running this through here. So now we have the instrument port, and this is our first, well, we actually have 4 instruments on it that are available for it. Hold on a second, I'm going to show you the 4 instruments that are available. So on my other device here, there's so many computers in here. So on my other device, if you notice here, this is what's available now for the EndoseeAdvance. That's not too bad. So we have the biopsy forceps here, we have the spoon forceps, we have a foreign body grasper, and we also have scissors. All of these are now available for the EndoseeAdvance. And the one that I'm showing you live here today is actually the spoon forceps. So that's the one we have right now. So I'm going to move this on again. So now we've got our instrumentation, and if you look, actually let's look on this screen here. So it's 406, it's a 5 French. The instruments themselves are actually 460 millimeters long because the EndoSee is actually longer, so these are specialized instruments that would be used for the EndoSee. And just FYI, they're the same people that make the instruments for, I believe, Storks. They also manufacture our instruments as well, so very high quality. And these are, of course, multiple-time use. They have to be cleaned and autoclaved, but they can be reused. And just FYI, they are $595 per instrument. Just as a grasp, so if you can see on here, you can see how I'm manipulating this forceps here, the spoon forceps. So it's got a little serrated edge on it. So I'm going to pull it in, and then I'll show you a little close-up of it better here. So let's see, where's the camera? There we go. Here we go. So see, that's my instrument. Let's get it in focus here. So that's my instrument there. So that's one of the 4 instruments that we have now for the EndoSee. So once you're done with your procedure, you can just remove it. You don't have to worry about shutting it off. You can just push it off here right at the word EndoSee. You fold this up. This complete portion right here goes into the trash. So you're done with that part of it. Now, something else we've done with the EndoSee, we've actually added something called a convenience kit. So with the convenience kit, it basically has everything you need to perform the EndoSee procedure. This is great for training purposes. This is great for speed, because speed is very important in the office. So and I'm sure you guys already have it down to a science. This just makes it even faster. So instead of you guys having to go around and look for everything you need for the EndoSee procedure, everything is already packaged. We call this convenience kit. And this alone is worth the price of this kit. This is actually an under buttock drape, the same kind you use in the OR. It's got and of course I want to unfold it because I never get that back in here, but it's got the triangular reservoir that basically once you're done with the procedure in the office, you can just take your cannula, everything, you just put it in here, fold it up, and throw it away. And everything else is also included in here, except for if you're going to perform a pericervical block, of course the meds are not in here, and also saline is not included in this, but otherwise everything else is included. You've got your syringe here, you've got the tubing, I don't know if you can see that, you've got the tubing right here that would actually connect to the bottom part of the cannula. Again, I know this is just review for you guys, you already know that, it's just a little different. It just connects on the bottom now. You also have the fundus sound here, and there's actually an os finder. There's a green os finder that's not in here, but you have your swabs, you have your iodine, and you even have your lubricant as well. So everything you need is included in this package. And FYI, if you guys use 2 syringes, you have 2 full syringes, 60cc syringes, what you can do, even though this is included with one, you could grab another syringe. However, since all this, of course, is going to be sterile, there's a little reservoir right here. So what you can do is take your saline, pour it inside of here during the procedure. If you run out of the 160cc syringe, it's not enough, you just pour it in here and you can draw up some more saline. And just FYI, if you looked at each one of these priced individually, this whole kit is like $30 to $35. This alone is probably, I don't know, $15, $16, I'm guessing. But we have this, Cooper sells this entire kit for $19.95. So basically everything you see here is for $19.95, except for that it's not in here, but it is included in, well, and that's the os finder is also included in that as well. So that is the convenience kit. So that comes along with this. And of course, these can be used on the EndoseeAs now, the first generation EndoseeAs. You can actually use these kits on the first generation EndoseeAs as well. Okay? So the next thing, what we've also done, and of course at this point I'll ask you if you have any questions, but this is video, so I can't ask you that, of course. My number is 832-755-6642. Feel free to call me if you have any questions. Call me anytime. Something else that we've done is actually include, I'm trying to get them open back here, and that's why there's nothing on the video right now. I'll just, anyway. Bear with me one moment. So we have something called the patient brochures now. This is totally new. This is for the EndoseeAdvance because it talks about the EndoseeAdvance. But the patient brochures are these. So this is for your patient. You can put them out in the waiting room while the patient's waiting, let them know a little bit about the procedure, and it's geared toward the patient themselves. It talks about the cannula size. There we are, 4.3 millimeters, so you can tell them about how small it is, why you're going to perform the procedure, and all that's in here. So all of the information is in here, and it talks about after the procedure as well. Really good. They really did a really good job on the next generation Endosee. So that's pretty much all I have. Again, if you guys have any questions, give me a buzz at 832-755-6642. One thing I did want to share with you is that since you guys already have the Endosee, now listen very carefully, since you already have the Endosee, we have special pricing that's available to you all since you already have invested in the Endosee. So your price for the Endosee is going to be $1,800 per unit. Now the price on this unit alone is $3,295. So if you were to buy it outright, it's $3,295. And I'm looking for, and I'm just going to confirm this, and Jody has all this pricing, by the way. So, but for your organization, I'm looking for it, should I have it pulled up? For Midland Women's Clinic, yes, it's $1,800 per unit. So basically each one of these, not including your disposables, each one of these will be $1,800. Now, the cannula themselves, they come in a box of 5. So these come in a box of 5, and a box of 5 is $875. And again, there's, so the complete total, I believe, for both your units would be like $5,000, including disposables and some change. And I'm still, it's not pulling up on my other computer. So anyway, but again, Jody has all the pricing, and I've given it to her. Now, during this promotional pricing, this is only good through August the 30th. So if you don't invest in this before August the 30th, the price is going to go up to $3,295 per unit. And of course, the disposables will still be the same price. So hopefully you'll decide to take advantage of the discounted pricing on the EndoSee. Now, you'll also, as a part of the promotion, you also get to keep your original units. So basically, you guys invest in these two at $1,800 a piece, again, not including the disposables. You'll get to keep your original EndoSees. So then you will actually have 4 EndoSees in the office. We're still going to support them, and you would have the new EndoSees, and you would have the EndoseeAdvance. You also have the first generation EndoSee. So basically, for less than the full price of this, you will end up with 4 units in the office. And one thing I forgot to add is that this cannula can also be used for cystoscopy, so it's FDA approved for cystoscopy as well. So again, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please give me a buzz at 832-755-6642. Looking forward to seeing you guys in person real soon, and I'm signing out. Thanks. Bye.